I love Africa Global Radio.
All right, here we are. Let's proceed. So yes, since the beginning of this month, it has always been about women, as the month of March being the month of women globally. Yeah, we are here to celebrate all women. It doesn't matter where you're from, your ethnicity, your affiliation in terms of religion, politics, and what have you. No, all that matters to us is the fact that you are a woman out there, and you are championing, issues. You are taking, the role that normally we see, or some people see, to be the role of the man. That is not the case. And of course, celebrating excellence, I mean, making a difference, actually contributing significantly to nation building, impacts of women globally. We are going to be talking about that. And as I stated, that we will be featuring some of those amazing women right here on the show, on the Africa Daily, they will be sharing with us their journey and how easy it was for them, how difficult it was, how they were able to penetrate some of the spaces that, were seen traditionally as a place for the men. But yeah, talking about women, I really love it when I talk about the rural women. They're those women that I am very passionate about talking about them. I remember when I was doing my community service back at uni. Spent about 3 months with these women. Yeah, almost. Yeah. And I mean, you see some of the activities they engage in. Farming generally is one of the things they do. And trust me, they contribute enormously to the national basket, the national food basket generally. But sometimes some of these opportunities, I don't know if it misses them or they arrive at the wrong time. I don't know, but considerations and proper distribution of the national cake has to be done fairly in order to give these women an opportunity as well. Now, throughout history, the central role of women in society has ensured the stability, progress, and long-term development of nations. Globally, women comprise 43% of the world's agricultural labor force, rising to 70% in some countries. For instance, across Africa, 80% of the agricultural production comes from small farmers, most of whom are rural women. It's widely accepted that agriculture can be the engine of growth and poverty reduction in developing countries, right? Women, notably mothers, play the largest role in decision making about family meal planning and diet, and women self-report more often their initiative in preserving child health and nutrition. That's just the tip of the iceberg about the kind of things the rural women does. Well, let me invite my colleagues, Epi and Mami, so they can also share with me impacts and, of course, achievements, brilliance of women globally. Let me start with Epi. Epi.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're celebrating you, all of you. Yeah, I think I need to get you guys a cake. What flavor do you... Hey! I said cake, she has runs with the mic.
She likes chocolate.
I said cake, she was looking for where the mic is. Hey!
No, she likes chocolate cake. So if you want to get her a cake, just
really?
get her chocolate
You like
cake.
chocolate cake?
Yes, please.
You do?
Yes.
Dear listeners and dear viewers, if you could see how humble she is right now, are you okay?
Yes.
You can take cake? Yes. Chocolates?
Yes, please.
How many steps?
Just one.
Just
one
just-
step
just
is
one.
good enough, yeah. We know who's asking, so just one step is good enough.
That's fine. Anyway, let's continue the conversation. I mean,
You asked for 2, 3 steps.
interesting.
It won't come. So let's just start with one.
The Women Month is the same month that she would be celebrating her birthday, and so yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. The build up or the road. We should have a flyer. The road to the to
Let's
Mami's
just hope we don't have another
birthday.
lockdown like last year. She will
Well, I
kill
don't
me.
think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Back to sender, right? Back to sender. I know.
I just like the way she stopped and looked at me like in her head.
Yeah,
GG.
yeah. Anyway, Epi.
Yeah, so Women.
Mm.
First off, I just want to say I'm proud to be a woman.
Right.
There was a time I wasn't. There was a time I wasn't proud to be a woman.
Really?
And I
What
really
made you feel that
wanted
way?
to, you don't want to know. And I
Okay.
really wanted to be a guy. I used to be a serious tomboy.
Mm.
I didn't like wearing earrings.
You rolled with the G's in a
I
school.
I can flow in the pidgin like really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I nearly learned patois because I had a couple of
Yeah.
guys who were really deep into
Good
that
in it.
sector.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to move alone, you know. I
Mm.
do that walk, that swag walk. It's like you're limping on one hand, one foot. You go and
Uh-huh.
then I was really good at it. It's
Yeah.
affected my walking
The
in a
boyish
way.
walk generally.
Well, yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
affected my walking in a way because occasionally when I charge up, then you realize you see me going to that. Okay, that thing is coming back. It's coming
Yeah.
back. Yeah,
You
but
might want to take. You might want to take it easy in that angle.
I do,
Right.
but it took a lot. First off, I think it takes the understanding of the entirety of being a woman to fully appreciate the fact that you're a woman,
Right.
and then cultivate yourself and work towards it. Now, it's
Okay.
not just about the physical, because we have people out there that just classify women as what they see, you know. Projection at the front, projection at the back, and then, I mean, the side as well.
Okay.
And if that's there, oh, that's a woman. That's all. You know, you objectify them to be such, but
Right.
that it goes beyond that. It goes to the very heart, the nature, the attitude, the mood,
Mm.
the thought pattern,
Okay.
how they think, how they process, how they react and relate to things.
Okay.
All of that is embodying a woman completely.
All right.
Now, we do celebrate IWD,
Right.
International Women's Day,
Mm-hmm.
which is like super, super, super important. And one thing that actually happened that I was super happy about, though, I mean, sorry I'm mentioning it today, but it happened last year, was we had Forbes Africa. And on one of their publications, that was the 6th March 2020 publication,
Okay.
they actually made the first of its kind Pan-African unranked compilation of Africa's leading women,
Okay.
drawn from business, politics, media, science, sports, and public life. You know, women who are actually challenging the status quo
True.
and creating a terrain and bringing about, they're like trailblazers. You understand? Where there's nothing, they bring something.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
reshaping history. They're closing inequalities, and they're pioneering
Making their presence felt.
Exactly.
Right.
And they're pioneering new avenues of wealth creation. Basically, one of the key things is in turn they are lifting others up as well.
Right. Right.
Now, before I actually even go on to mention some of these women or list some of these women, I just want us to first start looking at what the status quo is. I remember in my uni days, I've forgotten the title. It was gender development or something. It's one of these courses I did. I think the
Okay.
level 400.
Yeah.
And our lecturer was a male, Professor Dr. Obed. His
Okay.
name is Dr. Obed. And he literally was like challenging what we had been taught to understand. Gender roles.
Okay.
He took us through gender roles and made us understand that this is like stereotyping. I mean, she's a girl. She's got to wash the bowls.
Yeah.
She's a girl. She has to cook. She's a girl. She has to sweep. He's the boy. He has to learn hard and then pass and get a better job and bring in all the money. And so you grow up with that sort of mentality cemented into your head. And as a woman, if you actually even do get the opportunity to better yourself, it's to what effect?
You're still marginalized in
That's
a
the thing.
certain way. Yeah.
To what effect? I mean, well, even if I do get the chance and I do,
I'll
what will
eventually
happen?
get married.
Yes,
and
and
I'll be
then
serving
my
someone
husband,
else
even
at home.
aside serving someone else, people are going to talk. Why is the
Yeah.
woman trying to?
Why
Why is
is
she
she-
trying to attain
yeah.
so much?
Yeah.
What? One thing I've commonly heard people say close to me that, God forgive me, I wish I could give them a knock when they say that is like, you know, let me just put it in tree and see if we can directly translate. It was like, "Ninyi nasa no de kwa himfa, no de kwa edin."
Yeah.
You know, like you're trying to achieve all of that.
At the end of the day,
to do what
it all
with
amounts to nothing.
That's the thing. What are you going to get with
Right.
it? And these comments are coming from women that have actually become satisfied, comfortable in the fact that, well, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where
Right.
they said I should be, so this is where I'm going to sit.
Yeah.
Women who literally have lost the fire, the zeal to actually want to climb higher on the ladder or
Okay.
see if they could attain more or change the lives of their generation or those around them. One thing I always remind myself is the fact that if I'm going to fight for something, if I'm going to seriously pursue something that will challenge the status quo, and everybody else is going to look at you and be like, you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, all that. One thing I should look onto that should
Okay.
keep me going is
Yeah.
what kind of a mother, what kind of a woman would I want my daughter to see me as? Should she face a situation like this, what would I want her to look onto as an example to follow? If I carry that fire, she should be able to see that, okay, fine.
Okay.
Mommy can do it, I can do it better.
Right.
And that means if we set the right path, we can actually raise a better generation who can challenge the status quo that has been set for us.
All right. Well, before you get onto the list, prominent African women, I believe, right? Let's hear Mame, and it's all about women, and we are celebrating women and their contributions to global development. Very important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Epi has spoken a whole lot. I
Yeah.
mean, in as much as I'm a woman as well, when it gets to subjects like this, then you actually get to see the fire and the passion with which
Right.
she speaks.
Mm.
And I don't think I can top that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, she has spoken about so many things that women go through and things women have done.
Right.
I mean, we're grateful to be in a century where women have been empowered and women are still being empowered.
Yeah.
We are grateful to be in a century where it isn't a woman's place is in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
where it isn't a woman's place is just to get married
Right.
and to give birth to children.
Procreate and all.
We are in a space where women are being challenged to be more than the status quo has been
The
set
domestic
for them.
workers,
Yes,
Mm.
we've seen women do amazing things in the field of science, in the field of governance, in so many fields.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to see more.
Right.
I mean, Greta was just 12 or 13
When she started the
when
advocacy.
she started the advocacy for climate change.
Right.
And Amanda Gorman
Mm-hmm.
isn't that old,
Yeah.
but she
Yeah.
is a poet
20s.
laureate. I
Yeah,
think she's
yeah.
the youngest.
Yep.
So
yep.
we've seen grown women, young women do outstanding things. And these young women are doing these things because we have seen older women do it.
Right.
And I feel like if we are going to carry on, if the world should carry on,
Yeah.
then the world is going to become a better place.
A better place.
We should keep the education going, because in as much as we are seeing a lot of empowerment happening,
Yeah.
there's still people out there who think, nah,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
woman
Yeah.
shouldn't do
Yeah.
this, a woman shouldn't do
And some of them
that.
are even the educated ones. Some of them.
And-
some of them. How do you? But kudos to the men out there who are championing the cause of helping women or supporting women in terms of getting a seat for them at the table. Because there are men out there who feel, you know what, you can do it. Why not give you the opportunity? You and I, we have equal opportunity. We have the same qualifications. Why would you be paid less than I am?
I am being
Exactly.
paid. So yes,
You know?
so kudos to the men fighting
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah. There
women.
are men out there who actually do. And for those of you who still think they should be cooking, yeah, ihado.
And sometimes, sometimes
Retune your mindset,
sometimes
please.
it's not just the men who think
Even
a
the
woman's
women
place-
themselves,
it's the
yes.
women as well.
That is true. That is so. Don't blame the men sometimes. Yo, even your fellow man.
But
yeah.
I mean, we're like I said, we are grateful to be in this era.
Everybody
'cause
needs to be.
In as much as in
on
the past,
board,
it was
yeah.
mothers who were telling their children, "Your place is in the kitchen."
Exactly.
Do not talk back when a man is talking, even
Yeah.
if it's wrong.
Yeah.
The mothers we see now, the mothers we were grateful to be raised by, teach us that
And
a woman can go to school.
There's some, yeah.
A woman can be whatever she wants to be.
Exactly.
I love the advocacy. I think it has actually achieved, a change. It has achieved something very significant. Back in the days when we used to watch these African movies and what have you, the let's say the scenes that normally gets shoots in the rural areas where you find the elders seated and maybe a woman just passes by and is about to say something. Hey, woman, hey, who dare you? You hardly see these scenes lately in some of the current movies
Yeah.
that are churning out from Nigeria, South Africa, base Ghana. So it means that's education, that enlightenment, that's talk, speaking out, has actually made an effect, and I think it is great because it means that it is something that should not be there in the first place.
It means that
You know?
society is listening.
Oh
and
yeah,
society is
yeah.
changing.
And it's not. I mean, even culture is dynamic. You can change things, moving forward. So,
And there's this
my
speech that
goodness.
was made by Nigerian author Chimamanda. I think
Okay.
we'll play it on
Yeah,
this one
yeah,
of these days.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think it's
Shout
that we
out.
should all be feminists.
Yeah, we should all be
Oh,
feminists.
yeah.
I mean, I listened to somebody posted just a snippet
Yeah.
of it on their WhatsApp status,
Yeah.
and I mean, that was a powerful message.
Mm.
That is a message that we should be telling our young ladies,
Right.
our young females in
Mhm,
school, day
mhm.
in, day out.
Yeah, yeah. And I think some of these things should be included in our curriculum as well. Because for so long, women have been the ones that have been looked over, like not considered in national discourse. A lot of things, right? So I think some kind of attention also should be given to that area where conversation will be more, because you know what, you can do it. Don't let any man or any fellow woman tell you that no, he's a man, so you don't compete against him.
Yes.
I hear
You
that
know,
a lot.
I think someone last week I had
Yeah.
a conversation with a very educated man, and this was somebody who was talking about marriage, and he goes like, "Oh, if the man says anything, don't challenge him, because literally when
An
when you
educated
actually-
man, you said?
and a very not just educated, a
Very.
very educated man. When a man
Right.
says anything, don't challenge him,
Okay.
because sometimes if you challenge too much, he might beat you, And this is something that I am supposed to normalize. Now, one statement that strikes me is the fact that he says marriage is like a relationship between a master and a servant.
He really
Then
said that?
He said that. And if
Wow.
you get married, now you, the woman, have no will. Your will actually belongs to the man.
Ah,
So
come
whatever
on.
he says is what he's. You see, it's
I
not about
think
come on.
he's
It's
coming
about
from yeah.
it's about the mentality. This is somebody who this is his truth and he's lived it.
And I'm
and
saying sometimes
We
it
have so
stems
many
from,
people. We have men who talk. Oh,
Yeah.
it's one thing to get to the issue of empowering women completely.
Yeah.
It's another thing to actually believe in it, be
You know, but
confronted with it,
I
and make
think-
an active
I
decision
think most
against
of these
it.
conversations,
Wow,
crops
I'm
from
super
the
surprised.
way some of our cultures, are carved. Like that is how it has been. Our culture, it actually has a great influence on the way we do things. I mean, basically, what is culture? The way of the people, right? The way we live. So it has a great influence.
But
then
you
ag-
would
mhm.
think with the way the world is
It's going, things
there'll be
will-
and seeing as we
Trust
say
me.
culture is dynamic.
Trust me.
Some
You
people
think there'll
will
be
change
change?
their
No.
You'd be
mindset.
surprised. You'd be surprised by some actions of some out there, and you go like, "We're living in the 21st century, and you're still thinking like this."
And that's actually what makes me know that
Anyway.
this person actually just got
Yeah.
an education. They didn't get educated.
Right.
Because they
Anyway,
go for the school and come and still use it to
Yeah.
make the culture that is actually not helping them.
Yeah.
They come and make it look better and make it work.
Well, for as long as we live and we bring you shows such as this, and as long as we continue to be feminist in our own respected spaces, we'll definitely be talking about this and see to the actualization. I mean, I know Vepi being one of the champion of seeing to the actualizing of that particular cause. Mommy as well, myself, and everyone at Africa Global Radio. Mommy, Epi, give us that list so we can move forward.
Okay, so some of
running
the
out
people
time.
found on it, we have
Yeah.
Bonang Mateba.
How many are they?
There's a lot.
Okay, just give us a
Okay.
couple, maybe like
Yeah.
10 or something.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
have Bonang Matheba, and
Alright.
she's from South Africa.
Okay.
Okay, let me just give you the names. I think as time goes on,
Mm-hmm.
we can break them down further because
Right.
there are 50.
Mm.
50 Africa's most powerful. So she's from South Africa. We have, yes, like she mentioned, was it you or she? Grasha. Michelle.
Is it Gracia or
You've-
Greater?
No, Grasha. No, she
Gracia.
mentioned Greater. I'm talking of Grasha. We've used her as an African champion. Was it last week?
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
South,
Can recall that.
the former president, Nelson Mandela's former wife.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. She's also the former. She's like one of the-
Mozambique and South
Exactly.
Africa.
So one woman, two first lady
Yes.
accolades to her name. Yeah.
Yes, we also have Chimamanda Ngozi.
Mm.
And then we also have Aya Chebi from Tunisia.
Okay.
Yes, she's a blogger and an activist.
Right.
Yes, and she's been protesting for political change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we also have Lupita Nyong'o from Kenya.
Yeah.
We all know her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then we also have Rebecca Enochong from Cameroon,
Mm-hmm.
Winnie Banyima from Uganda,
Okay.
Jennifer Rira from Kenya, Louise Mushi Kikwabo from Rwanda.
All right.
We have Futi Mahanyele Dabengwa from South Africa,
Yeah.
Charlize Theron from South Africa,
Hmm.
Angelique Kijo from Benin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Super.
Clara Akamanzi from Rwanda,
Okay.
Leslie Kanza from Tanzania, Ibukun Awosika from Nigeria, Judy Dlamini from South Africa.
All right.
I mean, World Trade
The list
Organization.
goes on and on. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And these are the most powerful women.
50
50 most powerful
women,
African
Africa,
women.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Forbes dedicated this for just
For
Pan-African
them.
women. This is like
Right.
the first of its
Great,
kind.
great. Okay.
I love Africa Global Radio.
The show was Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio. Thank you very much, Happy. Mommy, want to wrap it up for us?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
have a list as well, but
Okay.
it's quite a list.
All right.
So I think we can do that.
What's
in the remaining days of
what's
the week.
what's the
But
what's
you know,
the name?
usually when we talk about celebrating women,
Uh-huh.
we usually do the sciences, the health.
Yeah,
We don't
those are
normally
the
talk about
academias and all
women
of
who play football.
that. Oh, yes, yes, women in sports generally.
Women in sports.
Yeah, but there are plenty.
So yeah, so according to the list I'm looking right now,
Mm.
it is the rank of the top 10 African women players
Mm.
as of the last 10 years, from
Wow.
like 2010 till now.
I think you should mention that tomorrow, God willing,
Yes,
on
yes,
the
we
show.
can do
So
that tomorrow. God
yeah,
willing.
look forward to that and other, features as well that would be made live on the Africa Daily Show. We will be speaking to some of them actually live right here. So stay tuned and get to hear inspiring stories and get to learn a thing or two. Maybe you may want to be like that person or even better right there. So do not listen to anyone who tells you that you cannot make it because you are a woman. It never happens that way. The status quo has actually changed, yeah, and the change is here to stay. The show is Africa Daily, and I am Barry Musa on Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future.